Hey, welcome to Farm Talk Friday. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna.
Hi.
And we are coming to you from Papagayo, Costa Rica. It's April 21st.
The day before Earth Day.
2023. It's a special Earth Day triathlon edition.
Yeah.
There's a pool.
We're not at our house.
We're also going to show you the ocean. How do I flip it around?
I think you should just probably spin around and
No,
not.
I'm gonna do it. There we go.
Okay.
There's a pirate ship out there, but
There it is. Can we zoom in?
let's try it. Give it a try. No.
No. Doesn't look like it. Why don't you just do a little spin around though?
Okay, we're gonna do a little spin around here.
But not slow, because people come on. We're not talking.
Okay, well,
This
we're
is Farm
talking.
Talk
We're
Friday.
talking Farm Talk Friday.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
Okay.
All right, back to serious Farm
Serious
Talk Friday business.
Do you have
All right.
anything to talk about this
Yeah.
week? I have notes.
Okay, I've got a couple of notes. Crema is doing better every day.
Yes, and we saw our friend Steve and San last night, and San was very concerned because she watches Farm Talk Friday, and she said, "How's Crema?" I said, "Crema's doing great.
Yeah.
Like Crema's jumping again, so I think Crema is good." And so we're not separating her anymore from the girls,
Yeah.
from her sisters.
I have another good note. It's a problem, but it's a good problem to have.
Okay,
Too much fruit.
abundance of fruit.
Abundance of fruit.
Knew
yeah.
it would happen, and
We've got too many bananas, platanos, too much guanabana, way too much,
Yeah.
and way more is coming. We have like a world record one that's about ready to come off the tree, and
hi, Mark.
and also mangoes, limes, limon dulces.
Yeah.
Is that Mark Metcalf from Shark Club? I need to know what the penalty box is in Las Vegas. Anyway, that's I'm getting off subject. Okay,
Mulberries.
so mulberries, so much
Noni,
fruit.
yeah.
It's a great problem to have. We get to give them away to friends, and so that's super nice.
Yes.
And the other thing I have to talk about is berry vision.
Berry vision.
Berry vision, Berry.
Okay.
Okay, so when you go out there, and this happens on a lot of different fruits actually.
Okay.
When you go out there to get our mulberries, to harvest our mulberries, you get out to the tree and you don't see anything. You don't see them. And then you just sit there for a couple of minutes, stand there for a couple of minutes, and they just start appearing. There's something
Yes.
about the focus and the exposure, I don't know what, but you have to stand there for a little bit to actually see them. And then as soon as you see the first one, then you just see them all over the place. That is berry vision.
Yes. It's kind of like mushrooms, like foraging for mushrooms. Like sometimes you go looking for them and you're like, I don't see any mushrooms. And then all of a sudden they reveal themselves to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a note, and it was guanabana propping. I don't know. I got it.
Okay.
Because this goes back to you, so I can hold it.
Right.
I just want you to talk about it.
What am I talking about?
The guanabana propping. Remember what happened?
Yes. Okay. So when we have guanabana, and they're kind of big and heavy, and they're on a kind of a smaller tree, but they take a long time to ripen, and you can only harvest them. You can only pick them when they're starting to get soft, and they go from hard to soft in like one day. So you have to check them every day. But
and it's not the same fruit if it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
terrible.
like weird.
And so they start to pull the branch down and go down to the ground. And if they go down to the ground, then animals can get them. So you have to keep propping the branches up and waiting for them to get soft.
So I have a picture of Ken propping guanabana, and one of the branches broke. Sometimes they just get too heavy for the tree, and the branches break. So Mark Do you see what Mark wrote?
Yeah.
Shark resurfacing inside the penalty box venue, Henderson, Nevada. Love you guys. We're making you hungry.
All right, Mark, we're gonna have to visit. We're gonna have to visit next time we're in Vegas.
Okay, so my next note was pineapple. Will we get it? But we did get it. We got our pineapple.
Yes.
So I had noticed that we had one growing, and then before I could say anything, like our guys found it and then gave it to us. I was like, oh, okay. Sometimes that's nice, but sometimes I kind of want to harvest something ourselves and then we get beat to it, but that's okay. That's also a good problem to have. I have a note that says dried leaves are not dyed leaves, and I can use them for chicken feed. So you can use dried leaves in medicine because they still have certain qualities. And so in terms of like food, I think there is some value, you know, definitely live food proponents would say, like in yoga, we would say it has more Shakti, it has more life force in it if it's alive still. But I was just thinking, if we can use some things as medicine dried, like why can't I use kind of shriveled, not beautiful greens that we have like growing in our little vivero garden for chicken feed? So
why not?
Why not? So I collected them and I dried them out even further, and so we have some dried leaves for you next time you got to make the feed. My next note, yucca and mulberry cuttings. I made a bunch. I'm getting ready for the rainy season. Organized the nursery this week, so not like we're having triplets, but our little plant babies. Some of them we've had for about a year almost, some trees, so we're hoping to plant those. We had a reforestation project that we're excited to embark on, and if for some reason that doesn't work out, then we can actually put them on like the greater farm, the collective farm of Rancho Delicioso, or donate them to reforestation projects that our friends have. So Karen Mogensen Reserve that we work with Green Wave has a reforestation project. And then also our friends nonprofit and one of our Rancho Deliciosian neighbors, Pippa. Yeah. Her nonprofit Futuro Nativo is going to have a reforestation project as well at the Baruca Cosmic Ranch, which she just helped fund.
All right.
And then, and then I just had some other announcements because it's Earth Day. So if you happen to be in our local area, then
not here, but
right, like where we live. Patricia, who heads Karen Mogensen Reserve of Jicaral, she is going to have, with our friend Zaza, like a ceremony tomorrow night. I'm trying to get the shadow off my face. It's not working. And they're going to be calling in the support for the Karen Mogensen Reserve, the expansion of the reserve. There's a campaign going for that, as well as a campaign going to bring kids to the reserve to inspire them to care about the earth. So there's all these links that I will post to this video for the projects that we help serve. And then we have a permaculture youth leader program that we just are starting. So it's kind of like soft launched right now, but I'll also include that link in case you're all interested. But it's Earth Day every day, but hey, the one that people know about is tomorrow. So why not make all these announcements? Right?
That's right.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. So also the reason why we're here. This Sunday, I will be competing in my 4th triathlon. It's the 4th one since my last birthday in August, so
Hi, Kim.
I'm super excited about it. I am not too injured, just
slightly.
Slightly, bad knee.
And he got bit by ants yesterday.
Yeah.
We should talk about that. We were at Wild Sun. Ken is now... even though he's always been a board member for Green Wave, now he is also a board member for Wild Sun, one of our projects that we serve through Green Wave.
Wild Sun is an animal rescue shelter?
Yes. Rehabilitation.
Animal rescue center.
And release.
Rescue and release.
But we have a new campaign for that as well, because we are raising money to create the sanctuary for Wild Sun, which will help the rescue center and also help the animals, because there are some animals that we receive that we are not able to re-release, and if we can't house them there, we have to ship them off to a zoo somewhere. So we might as well keep them and take care of them, and then have it help the center. So anyway, thanks, Kim. That's nice. Sending love back to you.
Is that my niece, Kim?
Kim Doyle.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? Hey, okay. What else we got?
I have from like a few weeks ago, like this. Like you write down a note and then you don't get to it, and you're like, okay, I'll talk about that some other episode, and then I don't have like the context anymore. But this Jadam tour, Jadam, it's a type of, like, I don't want to say it's like another kind of permaculture, but it's sort of like they have different ideas around like composting. I feel like Courtney would be really interested in the Jadam, but I learned about it from, I call her my cousin, but she's up north, and she's the grower for Native Humboldt Farms. She's the CEO, boss lady of Native Humboldt Farms.
Okay, but what is the tour?
Well, the tour is like, okay, so like let's just say Jadam is about composting. They're doing a tour. It's like a summit or a conference, but like a tour.
Where is the tour?
It's, I don't know, online.
Okay, we're gonna post more information online.
But I just find it interesting that, it's a whole deep world that you can get into when you start like farming and playing around with the earth. It's like, hey, look at this Jadam tour.
Go Jadam.
Go Jadam.
All right, we will be back next week. Not from home next week either, but we will be back next week.
Yes.
On Farm Talk Friday. Thanks.
But we'll be making observations, and we'll have plenty of things to talk about from our own piece of property.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Have a great weekend.
Ciao.
Hit the finish button.
Okay.